Yo guys, how you doing? RobaRoni Games here, bringing you more Stanley Cup playoffs simulation on the NHL 16 game engine. Last time we saw a lot of teams get eliminated first round. We can look at the playoff tree. So Tampa Bay eliminated Detroit, Florida eliminated the Islanders, Philly, the upset of the year, eliminated the Capitals. The Rangers eliminated the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is another big upset. Nashville eliminated Anaheim. San Jose eliminated LA. Minnesota eliminated Dallas. That was massive. I did not expect that. And Chicago eliminated St. Louis. So, all we got left, Chicago, Minnesota, San Jose, Nashville, Philly, New York, Florida, Tampa Bay. All right, Florida and Tampa Bay are the only two upper seeds to win in the first round. All the rest were lower seeds. So let's start. Nashville, San Jose, game one of the series. First period, we have a 2-1 game. Salamaki and Smith, and Burns puts one back for the Sharks. With how dominant the Sharks were, I expect the Sharks to probably win this series, but we'll see. Nashville still up 2-1, and that is it. The Nashville Predators take game number one, 3-1. Game number one for the Minnesota Wild and the Chicago Blackhawks. The Blackhawks trying to take this series, and I would expect them to. Wow, Minnesota, they're clutch, and they come in the clutch, down 2-0 at the end of the first period, take a 3-2 win, and Minnesota's up 1-0. Chicago leads that series all time, like by a lot. New York, Philly, this is a big rivalry right here, and the Rangers take a 3-1 lead. Eric Stahl, Mark Stahl puts them in, and Giroux puts one in for Philly. 3-2, 3-3, and another comeback. Down 2 to take a 4-3 win. Tampa at Florida. All right, so all the lower seeds are winning as well. So Tampa takes the lead on Florida. Florida gets one back, but Tampa takes another one, and Tampa takes game number one. So we have all the lower seeds won their first game, of course, because, you know, that's how they do it. All right, game two in San Jose. San Jose was so dominant last time, and it looks like it's starting to trend over. And 3-0 shutout. San Jose takes the lead. Ties it up in that series. Minnesota, Chicago. I fully expect the Hawks to slaughter the Wild, but if this series were to occur, and Chicago, Patrick Kane finally nets it, and he nets it twice in that game. Game number two, Rangers, Philly. Philly took down the President's Trophy winning team, so would not surprise me if Philly were to go all the way if they did so. And they take another 4-3 win. The King is not helping the Rangers win that series. All right, game number two between Florida and Tampa. Tampa took game number one, and Stamkos puts out another goal. And Tampa takes it again. 2 minutes and 1 second left of overtime, and Tampa and Philly both own 2-0 leads. Nashville, San Jose. The Nashville Predators trying to make this a 2-1 series. And they take a 2-0 lead, and they win it 3-0. Yeah, and I said, if Pekka Rinne stands on his head, Nashville is taking the Western Conference, which is totally possible. He's done it before. So Minnesota takes the lead on Chicago. Chicago down 2-1, and Minnesota, they are shocking the world right now. 2-1. New York, Philly. All right, the Flyers up 2-0. They're going to try to make this a 3-0 series. Wayne Simmons and Sam Gagner get some for the Flyers, and the Flyers take a 4-2 lead. And that is it for the Rangers in that game. And it's a 3-0 series. It's looking grim for the Rangers. Tampa, Florida. Aaron Ekblad on Ben Bishop. Ekblad gets the first goal. And the only goal. Florida puts one up, or Tampa puts one up, and it's going into overtime. Overtime's over, and Florida gets their first one in the series. All right, that series is not going to be a sweep. It's not what I... All right, Nashville looking at a Game 4 victory. If they can get it. 1-1. 2-2. Overtime. Nashville gets it. 3-2. Big win for the Preds. And they're up 3-1, and they could end up beating the San Jose Sharks out of the playoffs. Minnesota, Chicago. This is a big game for the Blackhawks. They need to take this victory here. If they don't, they'll be down 3-1 in the series. And it's a tied series, 2-2. Michael Roosevelt puts one up for the Chicago Blackhawks. And we are now to the final game of the Rangers and the Flyers. I listened to you guys, and I'm going to keep at 8x sim speed in game 4s or elimination games in general. It'll keep the series a little bit longer. So, and Philly puts one up, Braden Shen. Or no, sorry, just the third period. Sorry, just the third period. 1-0. Oh, this is just a slaughtering. Braden Shen has a hat trick. Let's see, can the Rangers come back? Oh, 4-0. Philly has scored 4 goals in every single game. I mean, that's... It's kind of like basketball, where if everyone's just shooting threes all the time and they just go unconsciously shooting, you're not going to beat them. Rangers are out shooting the Flyers. Steve Mason is standing on his head, and that is a series... That score accurately depicts what the series final was. 4-0. Philly sweeps out the Rangers, and I'd say right now they look like the Eastern Conference favorites. All right, Florida, Tampa Bay. The Sunshine State battle. 2-2. Stamkos puts up 2 and Barkov puts up 2. And there it is, Tyler Johnson. Nets one to make it a 3-1 series lead. All right, game 5 between the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks. All right, 1-1, 3-2. Nashville's got the lead. Can they hold on to it? They've yet to win a game when the other team has scored 3 or more goals. And there it is. Joel Ward puts one in. Nashville, I don't think, has scored more than 3 goals in a game yet. They're looking okay, but they're having some issues. All right. Joel Ward on Pecorine. Ugh. And we are going into overtime. With that being said, let's resume the simulation. If Nashville scores, this series is over. San Jose's on the power play, and they cannot capitalize. Can the Preds take their 4th goal? Oh, wow. San Jose is just shooting like crazy. Nashville's on the power play. No goals. Yeah, Pecorine is really standing on his head here, giving his team a chance to win. And there it is. The series is over. The Nashville Predators are going on to face the winner. Come on. All right, there you go. Good grief. They'll face the winner of this series right here. Chicago and Minnesota. Let's start it. The Chicago Blackhawks know this is a must-win game. Patrick Kane puts up 2. That's what you want from your Art Ross Trophy winner. Oh, and there you go. Panarin, I think that's his first goal. Palmanville and Keefe. And yeah, 4-2 victory. Chicago takes their first series lead. They're up 3-2. Tampa and Florida. The Sunshine Battle is looking like it's coming to an end. It's 0-0. 2-1. All right. Tampa's got the lead, but the Florida Panthers... They tie it up. They're only down by 1. It's doable. But if they win this game, then they gotta win the next 2, which is easier said than done. Tampa's on the power play. No. And Yager ties it up. Their captain. Tampa Bay knows that they want to score. They want to get that goal. They want to end the series. And wow, they ended immediately. 1903. Tampa Bay is moving on. So the only series that's left... Chicago Blackhawks and Minnesota Wild. Why did I say Philly was the home team? Oh boy. Oh, it's because... Yeah, I had them swapped. Whoops. Alright, whatever. They still swept the Rangers. I mean, it's not like they didn't do that impressively or anything. Game 6. Chicago knows that they win. They are into their 4th straight? Yeah, their 4th straight conference finals. Ooh. Minnesota. Zach Parise. The Parise magic is gone. He has not scored at all in this series, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Chicago's up 3-1, and Andrew Shaw just starts to add the bleeding to it. And I think that is going to be it for the Minnesota Wild. 4-1. They go out on a very low note, and Minnesota has still never won a series against the Chicago Blackhawks. Ugh. And we are into the final round. between the Nashville Predators and the Chicago Blackhawks and the Philadelphia Flyers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's look at the stats. I wish we could just see second round stats, but I don't think we can. No, I don't want position. I want by a team. So let's just look at the 4 teams that are left. So Chicago Blackhawks. Their point man, Duncan Keith and Patrick Kane came through massively in that series. Their leading goal scorer is Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves. Both have been doing pretty well for each team. Who else? It was Nashville's the other one. Craig Smith has got 5 goals. Good grief. And Philip Forsberg with 10 points. The youngster trying to lead his team to victory. We got to look at the goalies, too, in this one. Flyers, they have been on fire, and it's because of their offensive defensemen Mark Streit and Jakub Voracek. Brandon Shem put up a hat trick in that final game. He's got 2 game-winning goals. Voracek has 3. All 3 of his goals are game-winning goals. Good grief. All right, and then the last team is the Tampa Bay Lightning with, I think, the leading point getter. Yep, 17 points for Stamkos in these playoffs, 11 for Killorn. So they are definitely working out together pretty well. Yeah, Kucherov's doing well as well. Tyler Johnson could be getting a little bit more points. We can look at some goalies now. Let's look at goalie performances. I don't know who's been the beast goalie, but wow, Ben Bishop's put up a 1.75 goals against average. He's been on fire. Flyers. Oh, Steve Mason's actually been better. He only has 1 loss. Or he has an overtime loss as well. So yeah, he's got 2 losses. Nashville Predators. Pecorine. Wow, he's actually been allowing a lot more goals than I thought. But he's been doing pretty good. And then Chicago Blackhawks goal man. Oh my gosh, Crawford. Wow. Yeah, so Steve Mason has just been outstanding. So 1.79. Crawford looks to be the goalie to carry his team to his 4th Stanley Cup championship in 7 years. 7 years. If they win it this year. That'd be unbelievable. I don't like the Hawks by any means, but you got to respect 4 cups in 7 years. You just have to. So I will see you guys for round 3 of the playoffs between the Preds and the Hawks and the Flyers and the Lightning. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.